What is visual vertigo and what do I do about it? Visual vertigo is a mismatch between your sensory systems. A lot of times this happens because you have a vestibular dysfunction. So the inner ear isn't working right, the structure, or how the brain is interpreting the signals coming from your inner ear are not interpreted right. What happens when we have any sort of vestibular dysfunction, peripheral or central, our brain is working so hard all day long to make sense of our environment, to figure out where we are, to hold ourselves up. Now, it may not feel that labored all day long, but your brain is on overdrive all the time trying to make sense of your world because our vestibular system is so important in making sense of where we are. So, when it's fatigued, because that system isn't working right, so think about a little bit of decrease efficiency in that system, then we have to become visually dominant or overly visually dominant. Our visual system is the dominant system anyway. But when another system is not working as well as it should, that visual system then has to take on extra. So then we become visually sensitive and we have visual vertigo. So if you get dizzy watching your kids run back and forth, picking up toys off the floor, vacuuming, watching sports, being in highly stimulating, visually rich environments, something like a pattern like my shirt here, stripes, polka dots, crazy colored, textured, patterned carpets in hotels or rugs, having trouble with a contrast of light and dark. It's darker in your house, but you're getting a lot of light bleeding in through your windows or your curtains or your blinds. Being in a grocery store where you have harsh fluorescent lights over top of you, a lot of stimulation. You're looking down the aisles for things and you just feel exhausted. That is a visual vertigo. And that's usually because of the dysfunction in your inner ear and how the brain are interacting and this mismatch of the sensory worlds. That's why you might have visual vertigo. Now, what do we do about it? So, going back to vestibular rehab, it is so important to retrain that connection between the inner ear and the brain. We want that connection to be strong again. We want the brain to be interpreting and we want the brain to be interpreting your vestibular world accurately so that your vision is not having to do all of the extra work. So it just takes time, it takes training, and it takes understanding what is wrong so that you can work on those pieces. So being in a program like this is one of the steps to helping a visual vertigo.